Yeah, hey, it's Sunday. We've made it. The second half of the weekend is here. How are you? I'm first warning meteorologist Eric Burris. This is Coffee Talk. We get together 7 days a week. We chat about what's going on in the world of weather. Hopefully get a smile on your face. Hopefully get you updated in every bit of weather information you could ever want and that much more. All right, I'm Eric Burris, first warning meteorologist. We are tracking an absolutely beautiful start to the day. Here's a live look at our Tower Cam network. If you're watching us live, that is. This is a shot looking to Disney Springs. It is beautiful. Let me take you to downtown Orlando. Oh, well, this is kind of a neat shot. This has always been my absolute favorite shot. It plays on the depth of field with the lens because you've got International Drive in the foreground and in the back, and it looks like it's a hop, skip, and a jump. It's not, but in the background, you can see Spaceship Earth there. It looks like it's right next door. It's a few miles away, but that depth of field always plays in. Very cool shot from our Tower Cam perspective in the tourist district. This is looking to Lake Killarney. I feel like I need to get my golf announcer's voice and like whisper a little bit. Onto the back nine. We're into Winter Park. We're looking at Lake Killarney. I've seen a few birds flying around. Choking. What are the odds of that? Oh God. Why is it I go all morning without doing that? Switching to water. How you doing? We all made it? Okay. All right, let's look over to the beaches now. New Smyrna. Hey, Gavolt. My apologies, friends. It's a beautiful start to the day in New Smyrna. Let's head to Orlando, looking good. And Melbourne, last but not least, the sun is shining bright. Oh my gosh, I'm like choking over here, Carolyn. What are we gonna do? Taylor, what am I doing with my life? Okay. My eyes are tearing now. Okay. Hi. How you doing? We're good? We're good. 63 degrees in Orlando right now. It's negative 49 in Palm Bay. Holy cannoli. I have to see what sensor are we using there. I got to figure that out because it's the second day this week that it's had all kinds of trouble. It just went down the wrong pipe. Coffee. Listen, I think that this mug says it all. This is fine. I'm just choking. This is fine. All right, negative 49. Obviously, that's an erroneous temperature. I have to see what we're using and change that. First morning live Doppler radar looking good in the neighborhood. Love this kind of day. So we start off here with great weather. It's going to stay great through the day. Temperature-wise, we are headed to about 75 degrees 11 o'clock. We'll push to about 78 degrees by 1 p.m. and 81 degrees this afternoon, at least in the metro area. So, yeah. My brother Frank, it's a UCF thing. Choking? Yeah. That game. Kathleen, I adore you. Thank you, my dear. Thank you. All right. So weather forecast today looking great. Upper 70s, lower 80s, a light breeze. Should be nice and dry. But what's funny is we've got a cold front in the area. Now, don't get too excited. It's a cold front only of definition purposes. That frontal boundary is going to stay north of us. Not going to do anything. But it's kind of funny when you look at the temperatures, like the entire peninsula is really warm, right? If we look to the wider perspective, and I tweeted this a moment ago, I mean, it's 45 in Atlanta, it's 34 in Memphis. You can see the really chilly air has stalled well north of our area. That's not getting down here at all. Sigh. So we're stuck. What are we going to do? We're stuck in this awful weather pattern. Oh, it's just terrible. I wouldn't wish this on anyone. Total sarcasm. This is not terrible at all. It's not where we should be, and I would admit it doesn't feel like Christmas time, right? I mean, it just doesn't. 7-day forecast showing 80s, morning lows in the 60s. It's not beginning to look a lot like Christmas. And I don't know if it's just me. I have struggled. I put up more Christmas lights yesterday, kind of, little bit by little bit. I'm struggling to really get into the season, the feeling of the season. Is it just me? Or, I mean, am I alone? Or are you guys in the same boat? What say you, Coffee Talk friends? It's tough, and let me see this. So Rob tweeted me, and of course I can't quickly turn it around. Actually, you know what? Copy. I think I can. Stand by. If I do this, I do that, I do that. Stand by, and I do that. No. Oh, here it is. Interact. Tweets and replies. No, of course not. Hold on. Copy image address. That's what I'm trying to do. Stand by, stand by, stand by, stand by. This is what I'm trying to do. He posted this asking about, yeah, perfect. Okay. He posted this talking about weather, and he said, if I'm understanding you, this type of forecast may not happen until well after December 19th. Are you saying autumn weather may not happen until winter, if at all? And I just think it's kind of funny because that is a tweet from Manolfi from December 4th, from today, 2 years ago. And it's just kind of a fun little perspective, right? Because, like, look at that 7-day forecast. 70s, 60s for highs. Look at our current 7-day forecast. 80s for highs, 60s for lows. So I just think it's kind of a fun little perspective thing, right? Like, yeah, that forecast from today, last year, was nice. This year, and maybe it's just me, but I am struggling to get into the holiday season. Like, we've got the tree done. I haven't even done a single projection show yet at the house. I haven't even done a single one. So hard to think about Christmas and weather that makes you sweat decorating, Chris says. I get what you're saying. So last night, my eldest son, Eric, asked if we could drive around and look at Christmas lights. Sure. So we drove in, and Alexander, 2 years old, 2.5 years old, passed right out. I mean, it was like 8 o'clock at night. It was past their bedtime. But I feel like there are fewer people decorating this year than last year. Now, I'm like doing it in stages, but like if it's cold out, usually, like if we go back to that 2020 forecast, and that was about the only thing that I preferred in 2020. But if we look at that, like I could tell you right off the bat, I would see this and be like, Tuesday, I'm dedicating my day to decorating. Maybe even Sunday, but definitely Tuesday. Like Tuesday, I would have been out in the dumbest looking sweater. I'd have been out there with a smile on my face. The kids would be running around and I'd be decorating all day. I would have burned a vacation day because Lord knows I can never take all of them. So, but we've really not had that this season. So here we are, continuing on, continuing on. Oh boy. Let's switch the forecast. Yeah, but that's about the, I mean, like, think about 2020. Like, that's about the only thing that I prefer from 2020. Everything else is terrible. Vanessa says, holidays are in our hearts and memories. I have lived in snow. Yeah, no more. Oh, I would agree. I have no desire for the snow, but yeah. Janice says, there are fewer decorations this year. Right? And I feel like there's decorations that people had. Like one lady in the neighborhood has this Grinch that's like 20 feet tall. I mean, it's the biggest thing. She has to, and I don't know if it's a married couple. I've only ever seen the lady out there, but she has to anchor it like it's some sort of a bounce house with people. I mean, this thing is a big Grinch. He's not there. Like she didn't pay a little amount of money for him. I mean, he's an expensive decoration, you know? I would agree. Listen, I mean, power is expensive for sure. I agree with that, Nonya, but I feel like decorations don't add much, like maybe $1. I don't know. I only run my decorations for a couple of hours a day, and my LEDs don't use much power. Now, if you have incandescents, I guess maybe, but LEDs burn so cheap. They really do. Now, Ed brings up a good point. Ed says that, wait, where did your comment go? Too many out there just trying to get by after the storms. That's true. That's true. Right? That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. You know, we did just get hit with 2 hurricanes. Tiffany says maybe she needs help putting it up. Yeah, I mean, I always like to help neighbors if they need it, or at least offer it. Yeah, what can I say? Yes, with 2 hurricanes, right? Yeah, LED doesn't cost much. So anyway, lots of fun stuff going on around Central Florida these next couple of days leading up to Christmas. For today, there's farmers markets all across town. Let's focus on the Mount Dora Village Market. This is so fun. I mean, if you've never been to Mount Dora, you really should check this out at some point. It's a lovely place. It's a lovely, lovely place to go to walk around, and the weather just fantastic. Today, 60s leading into the upper range of the 70s. Should be a fantastic forecast for it. Tomorrow, my friends, the first day officially of our Share Your Christmas campaign. Are you ready for another year of wonderful, wonderful activities for our community? Listen, I know we're all struggling, absolutely. But if there's anything sitting in your pantry, that you think could go to a good use elsewhere, I know I've got stuff. I plan on gutting my pantry. There's stuff that we've purchased and we're not going to do. We're not going to cook or what have you. Donate it. Second Harvest does such good work in our community. Whether it's real money or whether it's groceries, we can help our neighbors. We can help our friends out. So tomorrow's special because you get to meet the Claire Metz. The Claire Metz. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, the Claire Metz, like the Volusia County Mayor. I know not technically, but you know what I mean. She's going to be out there. Don't drop off some canned goods, some food. Donate on wesh.com. Let's do good for our neighbors. There are people, listen, no matter how tough it is, and I get it. I mean, it's tough. There are always those that are struggling just to eat, so we can help them out. All right? So that's exciting. And then all this week, we're going to be out there doing those events. So that's a lot of fun. That's a lot of fun. It's an easy way to get into that Christmas spirit. All right, so we're into the month of December. Average high temperature through the month continues to drop from the mid-70s to the lower 70s. We're working toward the coolest time of year. But I want to make sure you know severe weather is still a possibility during the month of December. And I'm curious if the timeline works out, the Nicole recycle should happen sometime around Christmas. So I would be curious personally if we get an opportunity for some severe weather around Christmas. We'll see. We'll see. I'll be curious to see if that plays out. My brother Frank says, I helped opening the Publix in Mount Dora when they built it back in the 90s. Showing your age, buddy. I got interviewed by her 10 years after a car went into a pond by my house. Oh, geesh. Geesh McGeesh. Priscilla, is this winter going to be a cool winter? Well, for right now, it's not. For right now, it's not. But I do think that we'll flip the pattern at some point. So, yeah. At some point. Chris says, and this week, Thursday is Coffee Talk Get Together. Redbug Park, Thursday, December 18th, 11 to 1, next to the Children's Playground. We'll also have a second get together. A beautiful day in January. All right. December 8th. Checking my calendar. What's my availability December 8th? Checking my calendar. I have a haircut that day. Very interesting, Chris Pierce. Very interesting. Taylor says she's super sweet. Oh, Claire is a goddess. No matter where you are, you know Claire's there. That's all. That's all. Nonya says, a friend of mine just came down from Maine. She said she would take Florida weather anytime. Well, she can. All she has to do is move here. By the way, in Bangor, Maine right now, it's 33. It's 63 in Orlando for what it's worth. Water temperatures at the beaches may not be your cup of tea. Definitely not my cup of tea. But if you're wanting to get in, look. Water temps are in the 70s as long as you stay nice and warm. Air temperatures are in the 70s too. High risk of rip currents, probably not a great setup to get into the water, but go for that beach walk. It looks like a fantastic forecast for at least that purpose, right? All right, any questions, comments, concerns? Here's the 7-day forecast. Banga's way up there. That's correct. That's correct. Bye, Jeannie. Janice, hope you have a good one too. Any questions, comments, concerns, people? 7-day forecast showing great weather for us looking ahead to the work week. Of course, we've got back to work, back to school, a sprinkle or two here or there. Otherwise, we're good. Yeah. Patricia, thank you for the caps. It made it very clear for me as to why to block you. Bye. Oh, you're not seeing this because you got blocked. See you, Frankie. Joanne says, Northerners love that weather. It's lovely. For them, not for me. Yeah. What can I say? Tiffany, is there a difference in temps from the Atlantic to the Gulf side in the water? Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I haven't checked the Gulf temps. You're going to put me on the spot. Stand by. I'll find it. Stand by. I'll find it. Just going to make me work. Almost there. Almost there. The temperature in the Gulf at Clearwater Beach. Water temperature. It just says it's enabled, of course. Winds, water temperature 71. So it's actually not much of a difference. Yeah. Water temperature 71. So at least for right now it's not. Now maybe offshore it's a little warmer, but yeah, right at the beach at least. Taylor's snarky. Hey, you gotta love the good you gotta love the sweet to love the sour, right? You gotta love the sour to love the sweet. Elliot, how are water temperatures so low when it's been so warm? Well, remember, water's always in motion, so it's coming and going and doing all that fun stuff. So remember that, number one. Number two, we did have a nice cool stretch, but water's always in motion. Yeah. My open house is St. Pete Beach on the beach. Oh, I want to go to there. Cheryl says, I will never live in Michigan again. I love Florida and Coffee Talk friends. Agreed. I'll be in the Ormond Parade with my daughter next Saturday. That sounds great. That sounds great. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Nancy says, getting my quote today for my backyard pavers. Hope it's not going to be too expensive. Good luck to you. I have a problem with my pavers. I don't know if this will show up. After the hurricane, my pavers started sinking. I took this picture yesterday. I've got 2 pavers that are sinking. Can you see it? I'm afraid I'm going to have to pull the whole dang thing up. I hope that's not too expensive. Ugh. Oh, well. All right. That's all I got for you. It's a nice, quiet weather forecast. Kind of love a little boring weather. It's not a sinkhole, Taylor. Hush your mouth. Shh. I think I have sinkhole insurance. I think I did. I think it was like $1 a year or something. Anyway. All right, people. Look, make it a good Sunday. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you so much for hanging out for Coffee Talk. I will see you on TV in 4 minutes and 36 seconds. I'm going to come after you, Taylor. All right, bye, y'all. Take care. Thank you so much.